I'm not religious because God is too strict. Too strict. Too strict. Too strict.
God is strict. God is strict. What if I told you God ain't strict? He's structured. Major difference. Big difference. And when I started to understand that God isn't so strict, he's just structured, everything else started to make sense. Hold up. Stay right there. So most people think God is just up there being crazy strict, just out of pocket when it comes to his rules, regulations, and commands. I get it. But that's not the case. And if I can tell y'all my honest opinion, that's the furthest from the truth. God ain't strict. He is structured. See, when somebody is strict, they usually place demand of obedience, demands of compliance, and all that stuff. And oftentimes, right, you gotta tiptoe around them. You gotta be very cautious when you're around them. But when somebody is structured, watch this, they usually have a whole system, right? And they are not going to let nobody interrupt their flow, interrupt their system. You have to be in compliance to their system or not be a part of their system at all. Y'all catch my drift? God has a structured system. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. He has a structured system. And if you want to be a part of his glorious system, his glorious kingdom, watch this. You have to be willing to submit to his structured system. Once upon a time ago, he had an insurrection in heaven. We know the enemy deceived a third of the angels because the enemy wanted to go against the system. Now, peep this. God's commands ain't him being controlling or strict. It's literally the blueprint on how life works in his system, his structured system. You can't go to your job, right? You can't go to your job and do what you want. Why? Because your job have a structured system. You can't go to the courthouse and do what you want in the courthouse because the courthouse have a structured system. Some of y'all can't even go to your grandmama's house and do what you want because your grandmama and grandfather have a structured system in place. And guess what? If you act unruly in all those places, if you break protocol in those systems, you gotta go. You gotta go. You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing with God. He's not sitting up there like, follow me or I'm gonna send you to hell. Nah, that's not what he's doing. He's saying, listen, this is how I built my structure. This is how I built my system. This is how to get here. And if you can rock with my system, if you want to be a part of my system, you can be in compliance to what I said and what I structure, or you can go to the other place. The choice is yours. There's only two places to go. There's no alternatives. It's either you going to his kingdom, his structure, or you gonna go to the other structure. We're already in the in between, which is earth. We on the other side of eternity. But anyway, God is letting us know beforehand, before time is running out, how his structure is structured through his word. Yeah. And that's why people think God is strict, because his laws, his commands, his statutes and all that stuff are usually against what a lot of these people believe in. People who think God's structure is strict is usually people who's unruly, who don't want structure, who just want things to go how they want it and expect everybody else to submit to their beliefs. But that's not how people who have structure operate. Neither do God. But people who understand the beauty of God's structure, we usually are the ones who's locked in, because we know structure isn't a cage. Structure isn't only just about obedience. It's about protection. And not only does it protect, right? It also gives you a place of freedom and liberty. And that's why we can look forward to being a part of God's structure, because it's a place of freedom and it's a place of liberty. Thank you, Lord, for giving us structure.